Today I want to explain to you how to learn to play keyboard like a pro as fast as possible. Come on in. I have done that already with 2 people, for example, my brother. He can already play by guessing the chords, the melody, and just about everything. When you play keyboard on stage, you'll need that ability. Maybe I will show you some footage of him playing later. But for now, let's start with a simple sheet where there's a complete overview of how to become a pro keyboardist. Take a look at this picture. At the top, we have the perfect keyboarder. To the left we see hearing, to the right we see reaction. The perfect keyboarder needs the ability to hear and to react to what he has heard. We start with the left part, hearing. The perfect keyboarder needs to hear. As a keyboarder, you need to be able to hear the melody of a song. Or for example, when somebody sings, we need to be able to tell which notes have been sung. Otherwise, it will be pretty hard to follow. And therefore, hearing is a very important skill to train. But how do we get good hearing? Hearing is gained by experience. And experience by just playing. I say that all the time. It doesn't matter if you're new or already experienced. Just play the piano, and after a while, you will recognize and automatically tell the difference between 2 notes. Start playing, good hearing will come from alone. But there's also another method that I didn't use myself, because it didn't exist when I started. It is the Perfect Ear app. You can download it for free. And this app will help you train your ears to tell the difference between notes, recognize melodies and scales, and many more. So to be a perfect keyboarder, you need hearing. And hearing you can train through experience just by playing or with an app. That's the left part. Now let's look to the other side where we have reaction. You need to be able to react to what you have heard. Hearing alone isn't good enough to play well. You'll have to do 3 things when you play keyboard live on stage. First, you'll have to hear something by using your well-trained ears. Then you'll have to understand what you've heard and plan your next move on the keyboard in your head. And finally, you'll need to react by pressing the key that you have planned to press, and to do that, you will need agility. Let's pretend for a second you have understood what you have heard, and the knowledge of what key to press on the piano. Now, you need to be able to press the key, you need the ability and the technique in your hand. But what should you do if you don't have the knowledge of what key to press next? The answer is experience. Knowing what key to press next comes with experience. Because over time you will understand the overall system better. You will get a feeling for hand placement, harmonizing notes and chords, beat changes, and so on, and eventually, you will know at what time which key to press on the piano. You won't have to learn by training everything I showed you step by step. Hearing, understanding, and reacting are things that I learned all at the same time along the way. So there is no real separation of hearing, reaction, technique, and agility. Maybe you have already noticed, but as you can see, even the much-needed technique can be gained through experience. Agility and finger flexibility can also be gained through experience. And even good hearing can be gained through experience too. So by just playing for 10 years you can become a very good keyboarder. Let's take theory for example. The way I learned parts of music theory was by discovering principles. I once tried to press 2 notes at the same time, and then 3 notes, then 4, and some would harmonize, some not. That was the way I discovered basic chords. And that was how I got some of the theory part covered. Then we have the agility area, which you can develop by playing. As you play, your fingers will get more flexible. But finger exercises are also helpful in reaching that goal. I personally never wanted to do finger exercises, so I just tried to play a melody I loved and push up the tempo. I started with a simple melody that I would be proud of. Then I would play it faster, and I would push the tempo to the extreme, so my fingers wouldn't even be able to follow. That would be my maximum point, and by just playing, that maximum increased, and I'm sometimes still pushing it to the extremes. But when you can play at 120 BPM or 130 BPM, you are really good to go. Most of the time you will face no greater tempo than 130, 131, or 135 BPM because that's really fast. You will see other professionals struggle at this speed, so I wouldn't recommend pushing it that far. Important is that you get in the 100 BPM range, but if you have to start at 60, it's absolutely fine, take your time. If you want to be more efficient, you can train each area using the right methods. You don't have to discover all the principles by yourself. Techniques and everything in music theory, you can learn by watching videos online like you do right now, or by getting taught in person by a music teacher. And under agility, you can do finger exercises to improve the flexibility of your fingers. There are many piano finger exercises online. And finally, you can train your ears through the Perfect Ear app, which is also a free tool. That's just a quick overview of everything. The perfect keyboarder needs good hearing, and he needs to be able to react to what he has heard. And both areas need training. You need to improve your hearing through experience and with the app, and you need to improve your reaction by learning solid techniques with the help of a music teacher or videos online, and become faster at reacting by improving the flexibility of your hands through exercises. Only then you will be able to act on what you have processed. For example, if this is the note that the singer has sung, which chord would be appropriate for the note, in particular? People with experience will probably answer with a C major, an A minor, or an F major for the C major pentatonic scale. The process of getting to these solutions is the theory part that needs to be happening subconsciously while you play. Hear, process what you hear, and react to it. Hear and react, hear and react. That's the only two things that the keyboard player does. Hears something, hears the beat, hears the rhythm, reacts to it. What if it's an instrumental? What if there is no singer? You will still have the rhythm that you have to listen and react to. These major groups you must train, hearing and reacting. I spent 3 hours explaining hearing to my students when we started. So, this is really quick. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below, and I will try to answer as quickly as possible. If you are interested in becoming a keyboardist, I would highly recommend searching for a music teacher in your area, because it will significantly shorten the time it takes to become a pro. Feel free to check out other videos on this channel to help you with your journey. Thanks for listening, have a great time practicing, and God bless.